Hello, you're welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time of being here, you're welcome. And if you have been here before, you're welcome back. My name is Adenike Jimo. Today, I'll be talking to you about something that I really want you to think about, and I really want to think about it deeply. It's something that I expect that will help you to reflect on who you are and what you've been doing. So today we'll be talking about what you want to be remembered for. Yes. Not just maybe after death, but when you leave a space, when you leave a community, when you leave a place, what would you want people to remember you for? And funny enough, there's a way that people remember somebody, after the person has left their place. Let me say that this particular video, I'm doing it in honor of some of my teachers that have passed on, and especially one that recently passed away, Dr. Ayam. And then I also remember some who have learned and have been brought up by them and who have also passed on. Particularly, I remember Professor Ishaya Audu. I'll tell you a few things that I remember about these people that has made to say, honestly, we really need to think about what it is that you want people to remember you for. Not necessarily because of death, but when you leave a place, when you leave that office, when you relocate, what would you want to be remembered for? So today I'll be talking to you about those things that people really use to remember you. The first thing that people remember you for are your resources. Yes, those things that you have. What it is that your not necessarily in terms of wealth, but your content. What is it that you are made up of? What is it that you have? Maybe you're someone that have many houses, or you have many cars, or you don't even have anything. People remember you for your resources. Somehow, when people take note of who you are, they kind of naturally, whether you know it or you don't know it, whether you intentionally, flaunt your resources or not, people are actually taking note of, how you acquire your wealth, how you acquire your academic excellence or professional excellence. People are taking note of that and learning from it. They're actually making deep observations about what steps you're taking, and then what are things that you have attained, and then you see that they want to remember you for that and probably follow you, follow up in that path. The other thing that people remember you for is your comportment. Yes, how do you comport yourself? How do you carry yourself? You find that sometimes people remember the person, when he walks this way or when she walks that way, when he smiles. How do you react when you're under pressure? People just, you see that person, he's always flaring up, she's always flaring up, or people just say, oh yes, that person is always smiling. People remember you for your comportment. So these are things that you really need to be careful about, not that you should go around being like trying to copy someone or trying not to be yourself just because you want people to remember you in a fake way. If you are faking it, they will know that you're faking it, and that's what they remember you for. They remember that you are faking your things. The other thing that people remember you for is your conduct. How do you conduct yourself when you're under pressure? How do you conduct yourself in the midst of younger ones? How do you conduct yourself in the midst of your peers? People want to see how you relate with people who are younger than you or people who are working under you. Are you nice to them? Are you kind to them? Do you oppress them? When you leave that place, they will remember. They will remember you for every oppression. And if you have been good to them, they will remember. So it's very important that you actually conduct yourself in such a way that you actually be kind and fair and just to people under you. Another thing that people take note of is how you actually relate with your peers. Yes, are you nice? Are you involved in love? Do you have team spirit? They want to know. People are actually very observant. Even People that I think that, oh, maybe they do not even know you, they are taking note of everything that you're doing. They want to know who are those people that you trust, who are those people that have your ears, who are those people that that can actually they trust you, and people that you actually also trust. So all these things, people are actually taking note of them. People look at the way you conduct yourself in the presence of people who are of higher authority to you, and more importantly, how do you even conduct yourself in terms of obedience to authority, or in terms of obedience to people who are in place of authority. All these things, people take note of it. And when you have left that place, they will remember you for that. They will remember you for your dressing. If you like wearing red shirts, if you like wearing yellow shirts, if you like wearing short skirts, if you like wearing scarves, or maybe you tie your scarf in a particular way, people will remember you for that. Now, these are just a few things that people remember you for. There are many other things that probably you have never even taken note of that people will actually remember you for. You may not even know that you're doing it, but one thing that is for sure that people will remember you for is the way that you make them feel when they are around you, or when you are around them. Definitely, people will remember you for that. I remember I said that I'm doing this video in honor of some of my teachers that have passed on. Now, for instance, late Professor Ishai Audu, he was a professor of pediatrics. I remember him very well for his humility. There was a time that I did a holiday. I took a holiday job in his clinic, and I remember so well. When he's done with his word round and he's teaching the students, he will now look at me and just say, is there anything that I have left out? I felt very, who am I, like professor of pediatrics, to be asking me what is it that I've left out? But you know what? He's been gone for some years now, but I remember him for that. And that has also kept me very humble. For Dr. Ayam, I remember the way that he's so particular about cleanliness and being proper when you are around patient. He was just so particular. And then even among my colleagues, we always say, oh, that he always call you, hello chaps, how are you doing? We'll always remember him for that. So that way, it has actually helped me to also say, what would I want to be remembered for? I want people to remember me as somebody that gives them good counsel, someone that they are comfortable around when they are talking, or somebody that that they feel safe with. I want people to remember me for good dressing, not for indecent dressing. I want people to remember me for being kind to them. I want people to remember me for being a giver, and for someone who will, ease their stress anytime they come in contact with me. That's what I want people to remember me for, and probably even more things that it's not coming to my mind right now. But I want people to remember me for good. What would you want people to remember you for? Drop a comment in that comment section. Let's know what it is that you want people to remember you for. I know the beautiful thing about thinking about it now is that it actually helps you to be mindful of the way that you comport yourself, the way that you conduct yourself. It helps you to actually know that these things that you are amassing, how are you doing it? Are you doing the right way or the wrong way? Till we see again, I really wish you the very best. I hope that the year will be good for you, will be good for me, and will be good for us all. Take care of yourself.